that's right, I'm wearing the same clothes. Joe, it's so nice to have you back, and I would only make this video for you, my one and true, only, I guess you're my last troll, and it's kind of sad that you're the only one. I used to have like 5 or 6 of you guys out there. So I don't know if you're saying that I'm not responding to your posts. Man, I've been responding to your posts forever. You must be banned yourself, because I see them, I'm replying to them, and they're just not going on. But let me just read one of the other posts back to you from 11 months ago. All right, well, after I told you that I would outtrade you, I'll put up 10,000, you put up 1,000, we set up some parameters, given amount of time, and you get a lawyer, I'll get a lawyer, we'll put the money in escrow. My 10,000 against your 1,000, I'll outtrade you anytime. Any time frame you want. So then I want to go on to say, where you keep saying, you mentioned stocks from like 9 years ago that I got wrong. By the way, let's clarify the GE trade. I wasn't saying I was buying it over 30. I was saying how we've been in GE. Now that it's getting near 30, we're thinking about selling. So again, I like weed. I like hallucinogenic drugs, not as much as I did in the 90s, but I want to go where you are. I want to be a part of where you're living. That demented world where you think it's real, but it's really not. That's a lot of fun. People pay a lot of money for that kind of stuff. DMT, LSD, the ecstasy, but the kids are calling it the Molly now. You're living there like 24/7. I want to be part of that Joe Just Joe action, okay? So again, let's read aloud from 11 months ago. Shit the bed, loving the SVXY now. I already put a short on it to trade against this moron. He likes the SVXY and the Qs and the diamonds as his quote-unquote must-have plays for 2017. I'll take the short trade on the Qs. I'll get to the diamonds. Or no, wait. No. Then you say, okay, something about SVXY short and the QQQ short. So that was 11 months ago. And again, my whole point was, if you're going to invest in the market, I believe the market was going to go up. I thought 2017 was going to be fantastic. You want to own the Qs, the diamonds, and the SVXY. So how'd that work out? Plus, remember, you were mocking me that day when U.S. Steel was down 6 points after they reported. How'd that work out if you were thinking still long-term, as we were? How about the SQ short? That's another really good one. Remember, you were loving it short at 1750, because that was one of my favorite plays coming out of the IPO malaise that it was in at 1750. Stock's at $47, and we held it till around 30 and change, Joe. So, yeah, I got the mark wrong. See, you can't win in an argument against me, because all I talk about is the mistakes that I've made. So you pointing out mistakes that I've made that are wrong, why not just stick to what you want to make fun of me? Say, oh man, that fucking mark. Yeah, that fucking mark. But guess what? Now it's back to 10 bucks. Right? So sure, I bought it at 12, bought some at 10 and 12 and 13.50 and didn't sell some at all of it at 15, and it tanked all the way back to 8.60, and I was mortified. Here it is at 10 bucks again. So if it goes back to 12.50, then it's really not even a big deal anymore. But guess what? Remember in the video I said I had the AMD and I was going into the report owning the AMD, and I'm going to hold on to the AMD? You see the AMD's up 75 cents now? I don't really have to worry about getting any more trades done this week. Or, like I was saying to this other guy, and we'll talk about this right now, but again, if you want to fight me in a trading contest, I'll put up 10 grand. All you got to do is put up 1,000. Either day trades, swing trades, or investments. I'd rather just do intraday trades, and we'll quantify it over a month, 2 months, 3 months. Maybe I'll give you a chance. You could have a bad day, and maybe the next day would be great. Doesn't matter. We have to set the parameters. Whatever you want to do. But again, if you're saying that you're consistently making money shorting the market, especially against the Qs, the diamonds, the SVXY, the Alibaba, which again, I have you written that you shorted it at 90, shorted it again at 110, and you shorted it at 120, and you were patting yourself on the back that day when it went down from 120 down to, I don't know, 114. So you actually might have made money on that trade, but again, we were saying Alibaba to 250, and now we're only 46 points away, and that was when we owned it at 90 and $110. So whatever you say, I will refute, rebut, I will argue and I will win. So, but about your posts, I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. Or you could show up in the chat room. You're so tough. Go ahead, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. So let's go back to the other guy's point. I never show my P&L. What if I told you I never put a trade on and this is all an illusion? What if it's all an illusion? I've never traded. I don't have the AMD. I never traded AMD in my life. I never actually put a trade on since 1994 when I bought IGT. I bought 3,000 shares with my bar mitzvah money. The stock went up 40 points, 30 points, and I haven't done a trade since. And then I bought a Daptech back in 1996 after that with my IGT money. And that's the last trade I did. But I've had people come into my chat room, learn something, take my advice and make money, and they make money. Do you realize the entire Wall Street industry is based on people who don't trade? They go to school, they get a degree in finance, maybe they get an MBA, they get a job as an analyst, and they don't trade, but they're telling other people what to do. Why don't you go complain about those people? Because they really suck. Because analysts really know nothing. They give you a roundabout call. Oh, we think it's going to go up. Maybe it goes here in, I don't know, a year, maybe 2, maybe 3. And then if it goes down, oh, we didn't say it was going to go there in a year or 2. Give it another 5 years. So they're never wrong. But, no, just let them get away with it. Analysts, financial advisors who take your money for advice up front and then see how your year does, and they still get paid. And then you got brokers who are obviously out for themselves too, generating commissions. And then I come in, where I do it for free. You see, here's the thing. It's free. That's the point maybe still people are missing. It's free. It's free to show up. It's free to stay. It's free to listen in. And within 2 or 3 weeks, if you're saying, wow, maybe he's not just a psycho on YouTube talking about getting shit shoved up his ass. He does know what he's talking about. Man, that trade just did work. Wow, that one did work. Wow, he said this yesterday and here it is working. Wow, he did say that. There it is again. Let's say I never trade again. And you're in my chat room for 3 months and all I do is give you 80% winners. And your account went from 10 grand to 20 grand. And then you find out that I've never did one of those ideas that you made money on. Do you care? Do you care? Why would you care? That's like questioning where the diamonds come from. You gotta get yourself a diamond ring for an engagement, right? And you're about to spend 12 grand on the diamond, and next thing you know, you're getting that same diamond, maybe a little bit better quality for 9,000. Do you really want to know that some child got their arm cut off for that diamond? You don't care. You're buying the diamond. You're saving yourself $4,000. Was that a bad analogy? I don't know. Or take any analogy. Somebody wants to give you money. Here's $100. Do you want it? Sure. Do you care that I just stole it from somebody else? I don't care. It's $100. Give me the $100. I don't care. I don't care where the money comes from. You want to give me money? For free? Let me take some of that. I'd hate to find out that it was robbed some old woman's purse, but you're missing the point. I'm missing the point. We're missing the point. Let's go back to the AMD. Let's say yesterday was your first experience with the Kenny Glick world. And AMD comes out with earnings. Next thing you know, it spikes up and then it spikes down. And I'm saying, here, pick it up here at 1201. Now that it bottomed out, you got 1188. Buy it here at 1201. If it breaks 1188, which is the post-market low, dump it for a loss. If it doesn't break 1188, let's buy more if it gets over 1250, and let's buy more tomorrow, and then look for 1350. Okay? So all of that advice worked. There are people that did that trade yesterday, are still in the AMD right now, because of what I said. Now, here's the thing. What if I told you I didn't even do this trade? What does it matter? What if I told you I had 100 shares? Does that make you feel better? What if I told you I had 1,000,000 shares? What's the difference? There is no difference. So what's the difference? There is no difference. What's the difference? So if I had 0 shares and the advice was sound and you made money, you're still a winner. If I had 1 share and I showed it on a P&L on a screen share, what would you say? Well, he had 1 share. What an idiot. Why didn't he buy more? But it worked for me, so, or it worked for you, so what do you care? You're in at 1201 and you're selling here at 1350. What if I did 300 shares? My cost average was 1273 and I sold it all at 1350. What does it matter? What does it matter? What does it matter what I'm doing? That's the point. It's free to come listen in to the advice. If the advice is sound and you make money, then I ask you to join for life. And I do this every day, at least 2 or 3 hours. And again, if you go to these trading seminars, what I do on a daily basis, you're paying $600 for at a seminar. You want to learn about Bollinger Bands and stochastics and fucking Ichiro cloud covers coming in and out of the cloud. Oh, you want to learn what a simple moving average? I heard there's something called simple moving averages. All I teach is confusing moving averages, all right? I'm going to launch a whole new platform based on confusing moving averages. Fuck the simple moving averages. We're going to go to the confusing moving averages. Or take it really simple. You're looking at the 1 minute VWAP into some reversals and you're trading around the ranges that I show you how to figure out on the ranges and the candlesticks. Or don't do any of that. Or do, or don't. Or do it, or don't do it. Or do it, or don't do it. Or do it, or don't do it. Or listen to advice. If the advice works for you, then sign up. Or don't. Because then you could also be a part of the pick service. Oh, those are great, right? Pick services, right? Oh, those are the best. So you got a guy like me or one of the 3,000 gurus out there. I remember it was just me and 5 other guys on the internet doing this shit. Now there's about 10,000. So you sign up for a pick service, right?
Oh, beep, boop, beep, boop. Oh, it looks like Kenny's buying AMD here at 1205 in the aftermarket. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Oh, he also likes the Twitter. Beep, boop, boop, boop. He also likes the XYZ. Beep, boop, boop, boop. He also likes the LL6. And then you look at that list of stocks and he says, all right, he likes the AMD. I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, he likes the XYZ too. Man, I don't know if I like that one either. Oh, he likes the LLL5. I'll buy that one. And then you buy that one and that one sucks, but the other 3 work. Who do you blame? You blame me. So it's a lose, 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 lose situation for everybody. Because if it's a pick service, then I'm only as good as my last pick. Or, what's worse, is I'm only as good as your last pick. Because maybe you're the unluckiest fucker there is, and I'm sending you 3 winners a day. Sorry, I'm sending you 4 picks a day, and every day 3 out of 4 of them work, and you keep picking the one that doesn't work. But it's my fault because I told you about that one, right? But if you're on a pick service, it's supposed to be doing all of them, right? Oh, then there's size allotment, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you should be in the live room to hear what's going on a live basis. What if you take overnights? Once you take an overnight, who the hell knows what's going to happen to your stock, right? Then you're in the hands of the matrix. But if it's a pick service, then I'm only as good as my last pick, like I said, or as good as the pick that you picked of my picks. That actually was proper English. The picks of my picks that you picked. You picked. Right? So then who's the loser? You're the loser. No, I'm the loser. But if you haven't paid for any of this shit up to this point, then you're a winner. Who's a winner? I'm a winner. You're a winner. We're all a winner. We're all winners! And then if you were in the room today, as we only trade intraday reversals based on a strategy that I've cultivated for 17 years, guess what trades would happen today? I'll give you the list. Netflix. Win. What? US Steel and VRX. So there you go. What did he say? What did he say? Oh, he was shorting US Steel and VRX. But I thought you liked those stocks. I thought you said US Steel was going to 50. And VRX, it was at 24. Why are you shorting it today?
All great questions, voice in my head. All fantastic questions. US Steel was a reversal today. Gapped up on the Trump infrastructure, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, breaking the 1 minute, going red, breaking the range, reversing. Great trade. Win. Ass raping. No ass raping. Don't know. Is he being indicted? Doesn't matter. He might as well run for president. I hope he did rape people. It's Vegas, baby. Win opens up strong. Everyone's like, oh, thank God. Maybe the wind's done going down. Next thing you know, it's reversing. Short it. Netflix, a massive 75-point run after the earnings report. Guess what? It's gapping up. It's rolling over. It's going red. Short it. VRX gapping up, rolling over, going red. Short it. And Twitter gapped up, rolled over, gone red. There's your loss of the day. I'm not going to ever tell you that we don't take losses. But you know what? When we shorted the Twitter, we knew we were chasing this a little bit. And guess what? We lost 11 cents on the trade. But we made $1 in Netflix, $1 in US Steel, and $2 in Win. And then you lose a little bit on the Twitter short. And who gives a shit? So, that's it. You want to be a part of what we do on a daily basis? For me, everything's a day trade. Everything's a day trade until it's not. If the day trade's going so well for you, chances are you're not getting stopped out, then maybe you could take an overnight. Or just end at the end of the day and be in cash. Sure, you'll miss a gap up on a stock that you want to buy, but you'll usually get an opportunity to get involved anyway.
Okay? Suck-a-tuck-a-tuck-a-tuck, suck-a-tuck-a-tuck-a-tuck, and tuck-a-tuck-a.
So there you go. Why do you want to see P&L? Send me your phone number. Send me your email address. We'll hang out. We'll talk. I'll show you every stupid trade I've done since 1994. It'll scare you. It'll scare you. I'll show you the trade in June of I think it was June of 2012, when I was up $35,000 on some massive put play on the market, and I turned that $35,000 profit into a $175,000 loss. Who talks about that stuff? So there's nothing you could say or nothing you could do. What did you just say? So I was up 35 grand somewhere, I think it was June of 2012, on this massive, I had, got to be 1,000 contracts on the QQQ. We started rolling over. I told you this story, right? Started rolling over. I'm high-fiving. Yeah! I'm skipping around the office like I called the high water mark of the market. Here comes the correction that we've been waiting for. The market's been rallying for 4 straight years. We're going to get a correction. And it lasted for about 9 minutes. So as somebody said, Ken, you might want to get back to your desk because the market's exploding to the upside. I thought he was kidding. So by the time I got back to the desk, still high-fiving people on my way there, my 35 grand profit was already down 10 G's. And that's when the deer in the headlights came in.
Oh, what's happening? Oh, it's just a short squeeze. It'll roll over. Oh, it's just a temporary move. It's just a news-driven event. It'll roll over. Oh, maybe it won't roll over. Ugh.
So I went from being up 35 grand to suddenly being down 10, and next thing you know, down 50, down 125, at one point down 135, and then at the end of the day, I think I lost a cool 100 G's from a $35,000 profit. So what are you gonna say? That's gonna bug me after I went through that kind of shit and still surviving. How's that even possible? So I'll show you that trade. You want to see that? I'll go dig it. I think I might have burned it. What year is this? Over 6 years? It still might be buried in a drawer somewhere. You want to see that shit? And you want to see how I grinded my way back to end the year, up positive? Or just come in and be happy that I could show you a couple of winning trades and learn from what works and be a part of what we're doing here and stop arguing. Now, I'm not going to get everything right? I'm not going to get everything wrong. And I'm getting most of this right. Did call the market pretty damn accurately. Diamonds and Qs, SVXY, whatever, SQ, Alibaba, US Steel. Bottom line is, I'm still working, looking for the next trade, and I'd like to show you. How's that for a sales pitch?
Okay. All right. That's good for me. I'll give it a shot. Do I actually have to push buttons myself?
You do. You're going to have to actually listen and work a little.
I don't like working. Can I just send you the money and you push the buttons?
Can't do it. Legitimately can't do it, and physically can't do it. Because if I'm actually trading, and I'm trading one account, it's hard to simultaneously do this at another account. So that's why I say learn, so you can do it yourself. So that if I want to go on a vacation for 3 weeks around the world, you're not sitting there,
I don't know what I'm doing without Kenny.
I appreciate that sentiment, but I don't want you to need me, even though I appreciate it and I love you. Let's all hug it out now. All right, Joe? I don't know. Change your settings, Joe. Come on, I make videos dedicated to you. You think I wouldn't be I've been responding to your comments for 6 months now. You're not getting these? Now I'm mortified. Stinks.